What's up, guys? It's been a pretty rough day for me so far, so I figure I'd make somebody else's day instead. So I got the printer in the back, the camera, some candy, and I'm just gonna drive around and see if I can find a nice car, take some photos of it, leave it on their windshield, and just make somebody smile. So let's go hunting. Ooh, nice little 4Runner. I'm not gonna take photos if it's at their house. I feel like that's a little too much invasion of privacy. But if I find something like on the side of the street, maybe like in front of a house, I feel comfortable taking photos of that because I can keep, a lot of their information out of it. But I'm not about to take photos of a car in somebody's like driveway, like that's crazy. Bunch of crazy rims over there with a Camaro and what is that? Looks like a C10. Bright orange Altima right here. Man, this street, they got some hitters, some sleepers, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, what do we have here? This is what I'm looking for. Oh, that's perfect too, like where it's sitting at on the road. Oh yeah. Man, they got a Camaro in there too. All right, bet. Yeah, so that's definitely the car we're gonna use. I'm gonna come back and park in front, just because I wanted to be transparent. Obviously, like when you're doing stuff like this, you want to show no reason for you being suspicious and people won't think you're suspicious, So this thing is so clean, and they're doing some like pressure washing or something right across the street, so the audio might be really bad, but hey, it is what it is. All right, we got the camera on. Time to go take some photos of this. We're gonna see. I've never been in this neighborhood. I don't know what it's like, so hopefully I'm not stepping on any toes, but let's see what it do. There's always like a balance between like doing something nice for people and being like annoying. So I'm definitely not trying to hit that point, but we'll see. I think I might have waited a little too long before coming and making this video, but it is what it is. I think I might just go and ask him in a second if he's still out here. I'm not trying to cause any problems, but they're definitely like leaving or something. I don't want to make them uncomfortable, so I'm just gonna wait it out. Yeah, they're pulling out, so as soon as they do that, I'll go and I'll take some photos, and then after I take some photos, then I'll come through and I wouldn't mind if the guy walks out and like starts talking to me. I think that'll be a really easy way to make some good content. But you just never know. I don't want to make someone uncomfortable. Like I said, I don't want to cause any problems. All right, cool. I'm going to take these photos and we should be chilling. Maybe like a little back shot right here. Sheesh. The 2 subs in the back. Alright, so this is an insane car. It really is. And it's not just fully stock. They have some stuff in the back as well. They had some subs in there, like all kinds of stuff. Again, I'm not gonna do like anything crazy as far as the shoot goes, just because I want to respect, obviously, whose car it is, and I don't want them to feel as if I'm you know, just in a space where I shouldn't be. So I'm gonna leave that pretty normal. But yeah, the car is dope. The car is dope as freak. All right, obviously I got a bunch of crazy stuff going on in my head, and there's a cop behind me, so we're gonna see how that goes. But and looks like he's stopping. No, he's gonna keep going. All right, thank God. So we're gonna take the iPad out. We're gonna plug this bad boy in, and then we're gonna do these edits real quick. But man, this car is clean as freak. Clean as freaky freak. Alright, so we're gonna edit here real quick, these photos, and then we're gonna send to these people, obviously. But what's really cool about doing this in like a neighborhood or something is the fact that like it's very like free, you know, like when you're doing something and you have like an actual setup, an actual like lighting and all this different type of stuff, like it completely adds to, like, it just doesn't feel as authentic, if that makes sense, because it's like, oh, like you planned out like all this stuff to happen. But when you're taking pictures of somebody's car and it's just sitting here on a street, like it just feels a lot different. So I think what I'm honestly gonna do is, oh yeah, this is clean already. Jeez, this baby is clean. Gonna add some whites right here. Take this color, add a little bit of magenta actually, because it's fall time. I added too much. And a little bit of warmness as well. I love my warm colors. A little bit of vibrance. Make the colors pop. Oh yes, sir. Alright, we do want to add a little texture and a little bit of dehaze. Sweet. Alright, from there we're gonna come through and we're gonna put a mask. Actually, first what we're gonna do is we're gonna rotate this just a little bit. Not a ton, but just a little bit. I know the road's not straight. Oh, that looks so much worse. We're gonna rotate it the other way, sorry. It's weird because the trees are going one way and then the actual road's going another way. All right, so now we're gonna go to and add a radial gradient right there. We're gonna invert it. Where's the invert button? I think it's this one, perfect. And we're gonna add contrast everywhere else. And we're gonna lower, actually we're gonna raise the highlights there and then lower the blacks everywhere else to give it a real shine look. All right, we're gonna add another one, this time a linear gradient, and we're gonna come up, and on this we're gonna lower that exposure, and then we're gonna add one more, another linear gradient coming towards where the sun is coming from. And we're going to add a little bit of exposure. We're going to take away clarity, make it a little glowy, and we're going to take away some dehaze, give it a little haze coming up from the top. And to add it all off, we're going to add a little bit of warmth. Oh yes, sir. All right, and so the picture went from this to that. I like that a lot. That's definitely one we're going to give to him. And then let's see about these other ones. I like this wheel shot a lot, so we're going to do this one. Already there's way too much ground at the bottom, so I'm thinking we're going to put it as a 4x5 maybe. Yeah, I'm not mad at that. And then we can just rotate that one a little bit, like a little bit this way. Get that little door thing in there. Alright, so first things first with this one, light and dehaze. Yep. And then we're gonna need to bring in some shadows for the wheel and put some black in there as well. All right, we're liking this already. All right, so effects, sorry, not effects, mask, add a radial gradient. Same thing, we're gonna invert it, and then we're going to bring that contrast down, those highlights down a little bit, and those blacks down. Nice. Then we got some color changes to make. It's way too blue. We're gonna add some warmth there. Nice. Now it's a little too green, so we're gonna add some more magenta. Nice. And then we're gonna add another mask, linear gradient, same thing. We just wanna add some exposure to lighten everything up. But again, we wanna make sure that we've add some haze, just a little bit, and then remove some clarity. And then that way, when you add the temperature, it looks very authentic. It looks very, it doesn't look like it's you've created that on your own. And then last thing is this wheel's looking a little dark. So we're gonna take another radial gradient and just put it around here. And then I think we're gonna add some shadows, some whites, and a little bit of contrast as well. And photo went from this to that. I like that a lot as well. I really wanted this picture to look a lot better, but honestly it just doesn't look that great. So we might just give him this one as like a black and white. I think it's going to be the exact same I don't know how to copy, but I think it's going to be the exact same edit as this one, and then we're just going to make it black and white. So same thing, we're just going to come up here to the light, add exposure, a lot of exposure on this one actually, because the dehaze I can already see in the paint is going to pop. Oh yes sir. And then we're going to come through here, add a little bit more contrast, lower the highlights a little bit, shadows a bit, blacks down just a little bit. A little too much contrast I added on that one, so we're going to take some away actually. And then we're going to go to this color. It's pretty orange already, but I do think those greens are still a little too prevalent, so add a little bit of magenta and just a bit of vibrance, like a tiny bit. And I do that because on the black and whites, it's actually pretty necessary that you have a good bit of that. So then last thing, that already looks really good, but I would like to just move it just a little bit that way. And then you're gonna make it black and white just like that, bada bing. And then from here, we can add our masks. So first one is going to be a linear gradient coming up from the bottom just to make the ground darker. And then contrast a little bit as well. Whites a little bit. And then we're going to add another one. School bus is coming, but we're going to add another one. It's going to be another linear gradient, and it's going to be coming out this way. We're going to add exposure, contrast, highlights, same thing as usual. We're going to bring that clarity down a little bit to make it a little misty, and then just a little bit dehaze as well. And that's a good freaking photo right there. So I like those three already. All right, so we're going to export these. We're going to include the watermark, largest available. It's rendering these now. Oh yes sir, those are clean. All right. Cool, so now we're gonna print those out and then we're gonna be good to go. So we got the printer out right here. I already got the battery and stuff attached to it because your boy came ready today. So just gonna open that up, put this down, click that in, open up the Canon. Is that a screenshot? That was. All right, we're just gonna print this first one and see what happens. I don't know why it's doing it like this. He's starting the car right now, so that's kind of dope. This could be a cool video. All right, so my camera was dying, but it's printing, so that's cool. I figured out what was wrong with the other one, and even though this looks kind of dope, I think I'd prefer to give him the actual one. So yeah, so this is lit. This is literally perfect, and he's outside, so I'm really hoping. Oh, it's not on my face, but he's like outside, so I'm really hoping that I'll be able to just like walk up and give it to him, which would be really cool. And I mean, you guys don't usually see the behind the scenes of this anyway, so I'm just rambling and trying to figure out how this works, and I'm really nervous. But yeah, this is lit. This is literally perfect. This could not be any better. Yeah, so once that prints, I'll print this one and then we'll be set. But Yeah, he seems like a cool dude. He's talking to his neighbors and stuff, which is dope. His car didn't start, which that sucks, but you know, it is what it is. I just really wanted to like make long form versions of what I do, because at least like on Instagram and stuff, you see a really short, like 60-second, like bam, 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 bam. But I really just wanted to show people like what I actually do, like walking up, taking the photos, the process of printing, the process of editing. Like, I just think that would be a really cool thing to throw in, maybe like one video a week or something, just to be like, yeah, this is what I do. Come check it out, you know? Yeah, I don't know. I think it's dope. So we're gonna print this last one, and then I'm gonna write the little note form, and then we'll be set to go. So let's do it. He's heading home. Dang. So he went back inside, but I'm still gonna write a little note for him, just to tell him I think his car is dope. All right, cool. Last thing, we got some candy for him. We got a little baggie. So my card. That's a wrap. We'll put it on his car and call it a day. I think I will take a picture of this though. I swear, it's the putting on someone's car that's like the scariest thing to do. Just cause like, I don't know, like you just go in and you like touch somebody's stuff like that. I always feel like something bad's gonna happen. But yeah, I don't know. I've never done this long form, as I said earlier, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, let's put all this stuff up and we'll be chilling. I thought I'd be able to honestly do a couple of cars like back to back, but it just took a lot of time actually. And I mean, this one was kind of my fault because I was waiting around being like a creep. But yeah, hopefully like once I start doing it again, like consistently, I'll be in the swing of stuff and I can just, you know, knock out a couple of cars back to back or something like that. So I don't have to take too much time. But that was lit. I forgot how good it feels to just, you know, do something nice for people. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, like, they don't owe me anything, you know? A lot of people are always like, do people reach out? Do they do stuff? And I'm like, yeah, some do. But I think if my only goal is that they reach out, then it's not a huge deal. Or it's not a good reason for me to do that. But it is cool to see people appreciate it, obviously. But the goal is just to make somebody's day, make somebody happy. And even me, my mood is already like 1,000 times better just doing it this way. So we're chilling, we Gucci, we good. And honestly, I might try to move it and put it on his door handle or something. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just walk up and put it honestly on his car, on his whatever. I don't want to walk up with like a camera in somebody's face. I think that's what I definitely don't want to do. Like if it's like somebody's around and they end up coming to where I'm at and there's a camera there, then that's different. But I don't want it to be like, hey, you know, I'm watching you. I gotcha. Like, I don't want it to be like that. So it is what it is. Good video, good first time coming around. I'll hopefully do a lot of stuff similar to this in the future. So stay tuned for that. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces. I just want to add this really quick. I've really been learning how to coexist with my wife since we've gotten married. And a big part of that is just understanding that if I'm in a bad mood, if I don't want to talk, I don't want to be around, whatever, there's still a responsibility for me to get over those feelings, over those emotions in a timely manner. Because before marriage, before even like dating, honestly, if I was in a rough mood, I just wanted to seclude myself. I'd just go on my own wherever I need to be. I wouldn't talk to anyone. And it would take a while, but that's how I would get out of that. And to be honest, I think it was actually hurting me in a sense because I was just lingering in my own feeling, my own pity, whatever it is. But I'm just learning now that what mood I want to be in is the mood I will be in. And even though sometimes I lie to myself and I say stuff like, oh no, like I don't want to feel this way, I don't whatever. It's like, well, if I truly didn't want to, then why am I sitting in this room by myself, you know, not figuring out what's wrong, not trying to like communicate those emotions. So just trying to say, especially mainly to my men out here, like it's easy to feel a certain type of way and it's easy to feel unheard. But I think that if you truly dig deep and figure out what it is you're feeling, why you're feeling that way, you'll realize that your desire to feel differently is actually stronger than that feeling that you have. And it'll force you to do things to get out of that funk. Like right now, I feel 100 times better than I did before I did this. And it's not because I did anything spectacular, but it's because it was giving me, not satisfaction, but it made me feel like a good person when I was doing that. And that alone was enough to fully get me out of my funk. But if I would have just decided to like, I don't know, like play Call of Duty all day because I was feeling like crap, then, you know, when my wife comes home from work, I'd be feeling the exact same way. And that's not a good start to a day with somebody I love. I don't know, I'm rambling, but just hang in there and look for ways to get out of the feelings that you're in, because your feelings are valid, they're very true, but you control them. So that's all I got. Sorry, I already said goodbye. So goodbye part 2. See ya.